going to do a little bit of Renault action tonight, but unfortunately, noticed the front of the Panamera was looking a little bit low. I couldn't get a jack under it either. So I came to it the other day and it was looking rather slammed on the front. And the issue is just here, or rather meant to be up there. So the spring has snapped, which is not good. There's a bit of corrosion on it. See there, you can see there, yeah. Pretty much knackered. So I need to get this suspension arm out. There's going to be obviously some bolts holding it at the top, and then at the bottom, okay. And you can see here I've also lost the drop link. Oh, we've just got one bolt holding the shock at the base. Obviously I don't need to take the drop link off because that's knackered. It's disconnected already. So I've just got to get to the top, which obviously I'm going to have to get to from on top here. So that's the plan. Let's see if we can DIY it. Down this side, the lower shock, we've got an 18mm. And then on to the side, over here, we have got a, we've got this, which is a 24mm. So a 24mm socket. I'll go on the end of that. There we go. Right. That's the bolt out. So strange head on that bolt. So that's the shock off there. And we're completely loose here. So now we've got to address the top. So the top of this thing, obviously like all modern cars, is just a load of plastic. So I'm guessing down here somewhere, under this trim, looks like we've got a bolt there. So we may be able to just remove this trim. So we'll try that. These are tight little buggers. But anyway, 3 T20 screws holding this little cover in place. All right. So we got one there, one down there. So 1, 2. Super annoying. So yeah, God knows we've got to get this whole section out the way, I think. Oh, damn it. Never straightforward, is it? So probably not great, but you can actually bend this thing up. And I think I've got 1, 2. I think I've only got 3. And I think there's one just down that little hole that's full of leaves just there. So I'm going to find the socket size for that, stick it down there and see if we've got anything to undo. That would be great because these are tough little buggers. These arms do not want to come off the spline shafts. So even with a puller. So hopefully we can do it without. So I need 2 hands to do it, so can't film it, but you can do it just by undoing. So just undoing these 2 black clips does all these little black twist things. Bending it back, you can get to that top bolt. So happy days. So I've just spun it off now, and yeah, let's see if this thing drops out or not. So down under here, and indeed, we are out. So now it's just a case of manoeuvring this thing out of here. I might have to spin the steering or something, or jump up and down on it, but we'll see if we can get it out. Yeah. We're out. Happy days. Let's go see. Zoe's coming along. More to come. But we've got all the wiring done now. Got gear shifts in there. I just need fuel. And we just had a little delivery today. I found some old bits of a lease fuel pump that I used for when I was running a turbocharged lease, and found lots of AM fittings. So we're just trying to work out what I need to order off Amazon to be able to get some fuel lines. Anyway, back to the Porsche. So I was very jammy. Someone on eBay was selling one of these, and it is exactly the same. So the way these coil springs work is they have coloured dots on them, which give like the spring rating, the sort of tension of them. So different models have different spring ratings. And luckily, this guy was selling one brand new OEM Porsche spring, and it was orange, orange, blue. Orange, orange, blue. If you look on Euro Spares, you can see all the different coil springs listed, and there's like, you know, green, green, yellow, yellow, green, yellow, blue, green, get all kinds of different things. But anyway, got the right one. So now we need to get that there somehow. That's quite a lot of spring into a small area. So what we'll need to do is get this top nut off. It is a little bit grubby, so we'll need to clean that up a bit, get some WD on it, get it in the vise, and see if we can get something on the nut while holding the top of this thing, and see if we can spin it off. But let's have a play. I just stuck the Ugga Dugga on the nut at the top, and this just twisted off. Not really sure what we've got going on there, but anyway, point being, I can now get at the nut with a proper spanner on it. I think it's a 21mm, and actually get something on the top to stop it twisting. So that is promising, because the Ugga Dugga was just spinning it around. I just sort of held it at a bit of, hold this at a little bit of an angle, just to put a bit of tension on the shaft. Yay, right. Pop that off, and yeah, there we go. So now I can get rid of this old spring. Left of it anyway. Just chop the little bit of the spring off so that now it should clear. There we go. Right, so we can get rid of it. So we need to get, it will come up a little, but not enough. We need to compress this spring, and yeah, thus we need to use the most horrible tools known to everyone that's done this kind of shit before. This can probably kill you, but anyway, whatever. What we need are these type of things to got there, do this in, compresses the spring. This is the other type. So in a bigger, just tighten that up, didn't I, idiot? You can see that sort of style and that sort of style. These work okay. Kind of like these ones, I think. They feel like they've got more purchase, less chance of sliding. These I feel could slide more. Right, so my phone died and whatever, so I'm using the old webcam from live streaming. So yeah, so what I'm trying to do here is compress the spring down, so that I can get this jobby back on the top. That's the plan anyway. So actually, we probably should pop this back in as well. Now we can continue the exciting job of trying not to kill oneself. So you tighten up each side, steady Eddie, a little bit at a time, because what you want to do is try and keep this thing as level as possible. Because the leveler it is, the less chance of it doing anything really terrifying, like bouncing through the ceiling or through my head. But I'm still a good yay away from having been able to get a nut on the thing here. So I'm afraid I need more of this. Now, about this time with these things, what is often done by scaredy pantses like me is put in a bit of something through here, with a ratchet or something. I've not got a ratchet handy, but whatever. So, don't know what, but you know. And again, what this would do, I don't know, but it just feels safer for some reason. Okay. Oh, I'm going to tie the other end around. Oh, whatever. One bit's good. Yeah, I was talking about the underside of this. You see, it's the top of the coil, so the spring should just sit into it. Oh, sits in it. Sits in it like that. You can see that. So, yeah. So that's what we're trying to get it to. All right. That is it. Okay. So there we go. We have got a replacement. So hopefully same. Have a look. Uh, okay, yeah. Okay. So yes, it is. So there we go. Oops. New bolts. Ding, 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 ding. Like that. Job's good. Right. Let's go see if we can I go offer it up to the car, see what it looks like, and see if we can do some stuff up. So all back in, and I scuffed my spring up a little bit with the claws, but whatever. And yeah, no problems. Little drop link in as well. I did screw up, but I found that I had the top hat, the top mount. I had the top mount screwed up a little bit, but what I found was if I took this little bracket off just here, so there's a little 5mm Allen bolt holding it on. If you take that mount off, you can move those out of the way. It gives you the clearance you need to be able to slide it out without having to compress the spring or anything like that. So happy days. Just chuck the wheel on and jobs are good. Thanks so much for watching. Like and subscribe for more.